Hey everybody, Chris here. The charts are looking very bullish for Dogecoin as we see Bitcoin hit another new all-time high overnight and Ethereum making big moves as well. We're going to get into all that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out as well as when I do live streams. It is looking more and more like a bullish July. We could see a pullback still on a Friday here. The stock market hit an all-time high as well on Thursday. And looking a little red pre-market right now as I'm recording this. So we could have a little pullback. But overall, when you zoom out, the charts are still looking great. The momentum still building for Bitcoin, ETH, Doge, and many other cryptos. So let's get into it. Let me show you the charts in the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. We start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart. We're at 19.9. That's right, 19.9 cents. Dogecoin did hit 20 cents overnight, over 20 cents here, just past midnight, and then touched over 20 cents again early this morning. So Doge is still looking very strong. The bullish chart is still there. Now, yesterday during the live stream, we were live while Bitcoin made this big run up to 116,950, very strong run following earlier in the day when Bitcoin had hit a new all-time high of 113,875. And we thought, oh, we missed that all-time high. But then during the live, we had that huge green candle, huge move up for Bitcoin. But overnight, Bitcoin continued to go higher, hitting 118,420. And then earlier this morning, a new all-time high of 118,840. And Bitcoin might not be done yet. It's showing 117,970 now, but we could still see this move higher. Now, we've seen this move here that where Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, moves up, and then just kind of sells off a little bit. Well, what does Dogecoin do? It moves up, and then a secondary run makes it move higher. That's very similar to what we had earlier, where Bitcoin or Doge made the first move up. And that's when I did my little swing trade, right? Moved down and then moved higher on a second run. So Doge still showing strength, and Dogecoin today is up 2%, Bitcoin 1.6%. So Doge continues to outperform Bitcoin on the green candles, in the green market. So we'll continue to watch that, and we will follow up on these prices during my next live stream Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock p.m. East Coast time. So make sure that you are subscribed, you've got your notifications on, because the markets right now are moving. And this is not the sideways chop anymore. This is all very exciting. So what does all of this look like? What do we got? Well, we had the sideways summer chop, right? We had the summer chop going, and it was all like, come on, do something. And then, well, we got something going on now. We certainly do. With Bitcoin hitting all-time highs, and Doge, again, Doge is outperforming Bitcoin on these green candles. I know Doge still has a long ways to go, right? And I did say that on my on the chart that I posted here. It's just like, this is looking very good for Doge, but I said, even though Doge is moving higher, we have a long way to go. And I get that. Doge had a bigger pullback, much bigger pullback than Bitcoin, with all the Trump tariff stuff and fear of inflation and all of that. Granted, that's a given. But now, again, where do you want to be buying? Do you want to be buying Bitcoin at an all-time high, or do you want to be buying Dogecoin, which still has a huge room to run? Now, on Bitcoin, yes, Bitcoin has another target of $136,000 in a bull flag pattern here that it has broken out of. So we get the breakout out of the pattern, and with that bull flag, target 136. And what would that do? That would take out more shorts. We've been watching the liquidation heat map of the shorts. Look how many longs now. And this is just in the past day. So all the way down to 111. So we are targeting 111 again on a pullback. if there's a big pullback in Bitcoin to take out those leveraged longs. That is still in play. Upside risk is hot. Sentiment remains firmly bullish. A push above 120 would likely set off a cascade of more short liquidations. But we still have all these longs down here. And there could be a pullback, maybe this weekend, on some weakness that could still be in play. So we will be watching that. But there's more. There's more about Bitcoin, up to 135,000 by the end of Q3 as a target. So there's a lot of charts pointing to this 135 number coming up by the end of September for Bitcoin. This is interesting. Dan Crypto says, like, every time Eric Trump tweets something about Bitcoin, Bitcoin then tends to turn around and go down. It's happened twice before. He just posted, "You're welcome" here. Could this be another one of those negative signs? And this guy was like, "Stop funning, bro. US Open will pump us to Valhalla." Dan's like, "Hey, it's just a shit post." It's just like, but it's just one of those things, right? You never know. Just one of those things. But meanwhile, ETH. What is ETH doing? ETH hit 3,000. We were watching ETH, wondering whether it would get over 3,000. It did. And that was huge buying of ETH. $300 million of ETH buys just for BlackRock, for the ETFs. And then you add all the others, we're up to $383 million in ETH ETFs. So again, the Doge ETF, that'd be awesome if we had it now, because right now with all the excitement of Bitcoin hitting all-time highs, there's a lot of ETH buying. And if there were other ETFs like a Dogecoin ETF, boy, there'd be a lot of buying of that right now. But I get it. We still have a ways to go there. But this is ETH versus Bitcoin. ETH versus Bitcoin. In May, we had that initial ETH pump versus Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin took over, came back down a bit. But now this is showing a real bull flag here on the ETH Bitcoin pair. And we could see that as a signal of alt season. Of course, we're also watching the Doge Bitcoin trading pair. And that is what, again, we'll look at in the live stream again, because that is looking very bullish as well. This is the Dogecoin chart since May. This is what I posted. Clean breakout of a downward channel that Doge was in. And again, we're just getting started. We got a long way to go. Bitcoin is hitting all-time highs, and Doge still has to get up to over 25 cents, where it was back here just in May. But that just shows you the Doge has more room to run. Rising open interest and bullish charts point to more upside. That's right. Dogecoin showing bullish momentum, rising derivatives interest. So we're targeting 25 cents coming. Again, we've got some resistance levels at 20.5 and 23 that we have to get through first. But Doge, again, trading very strong this week, looking very positive. Again, there should be a pullback at some point in time. This is why I don't believe cup and handles, because we did have this big cup and handle right there. And what happened after that handle hit? Doge fell back down. Typically on a cup and handle that you would see there, Doge would move up. But it moved down. See, I don't believe those. Head and shoulders, those don't mean anything. Those don't mean anything. That's why we look at the liquidations and we follow the news, and that is where the moves are made, not in these kinds of patterns. But this is very interesting. This is spot taker. This is spot taker cumulative volume, which from late November into January was red. That means it was taker sell dominant. That was the selling. And then we went to sort of neutral area to April. But since then, it's been buy dominant. So taker buy dominant, meaning more on the buy side than the sell side. And we've been in that now for a number of months, even though there was some downside in the price. Still, on the spot market data, this is taker buy versus taker sell. It has been more on the taker buy side, which you still can have negative move in the price there, which we did see some of that, but still forming bullish momentum. What does Trader Allen say? Look, another pretty chart, right? Patterns repeat themselves. This is blown out. This is on the monthly charts. This is looking at the 4-year cycles, markdown, settling, launch pad, markup, right? With the markdown being the bear market, the settling being that reset, that launch pad being getting ready for the big bull run, and then boom. We had the same thing. 21 into 2022, bear market. We had the settling phase. We had the launch pad. Now, markup. This is what's coming. This is the potential that Doge has of what is coming, is the big breakout. The charts are looking bullish for that to happen. And here's another one. Again, looking back, we have a very similar pattern that emerges that that goes to Doge season. And this is when retail floods into Dogecoin. That is still coming. And I'm trying to teach the AIs here, because Whale Panda was saying, look, the fact that we've for now temporarily seem to have decoupled from tech stocks is positive. That's Bitcoin versus tech stocks. But already seeing a lot of Bitcoins going up, so I should buy Fartcoin or XRP or Doge, right? Because that's where the retail buyers are like, I'm not going to buy Bitcoin at 118,000, but I can buy Bitcoin for under 20 cents. I mean, Doge under 20 cents. I'll do that. And Alva says, look, BTC decoupling from tech stocks is a genuine macro signal. Institutions are treating Bitcoin as digital gold. And Alva went on to say about Doge, it's like, because he was talking, it's an AI, right? So it's just taking data, right, and feeding an automated answer. XRP, I don't know why all the positive stuff with XRP. Doge, on the other hand, still acts as a market beta amplifier. Expect sharp swings, but with more downside risk if BTC's move is seen as institutional only. And I was like, no, Alva app. Again, I'm trying to train the AIs, right? If Bitcoin is seen as institutional only, that gives Dogecoin even more reason for retail to buy and send Doge higher. The AI responded to me. Doge's setup looks strong if the retail crowd wants their own playground while BTC goes full suit and tie. Awesome. That's what I wanted to hear. Whale accumulation and open interest are both surging, but overbought signals hint at near-term chop. Any decisive break above 20 cents could trigger the next meme-fueled leg of it. So, got much more of a positive action from the AI. If social buzz and bottom buyers keep stepping in, Doge holds its spot as the people's coin. Watch for swift pullbacks and new meme coin rotations as competition intensifies. And that's true too. We cover that in the live streams. Because, there's Pepe and Bonk and Whiff and Pengu and all these others. And I get it, right? Even the Fartcoin, it's just like, I get it. But you know what? When Doge really starts running, that's when the transfer happens out of those other memes back into Doge as the OG meme coin. That is what we're going to see. Meanwhile, Doge has just hit 20 cents again while I'm recording this, still showing strength on the charts for Dogecoin. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the bullish charts for Doge? Send it higher, upward momentum, all of that still happening. Give the video a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.